I'm Jimmy, I play drums.
I'm Tristan, I play guitar and shout.
I'm Roland, I play bass and do a bit of singing.
I'm Jamie and I scream like a banshee and I play the strung instrument, otherwise known as the guitar. And we're one member down. Sam Bauer is not here.
Yeah.
He's doing exams, so I'm sorry, because I know that obviously everyone loves Sam the most because he's the nicest. I'm sorry, I feel like I've let you down, I let us down, let you down. Been awesome.
Really fun, yeah. Exciting.
Yeah, we kicked off in Budapest, supporting Billy Talent and Anti-Flag, and Zebrahead as well, which was like for us, which was a massive deal because like we, a lot of us grew up listening to Billy Talent, and those first records were like big records for us growing up. So to even play sort of around the same area as them was a big deal for us, and then we got to hang out with them, and it was fucking awesome. Really cool. So yeah, we're happy. And then Germany went really well, Prague went really well, Poland we got into yesterday. So I went. These guys didn't do anything. I went for a run last night. I ran and it was nice. We got to see some of the city, which was cool. And then today, Tristan and myself and Tim, who's playing Sam's guitar parts, we all went out for a stroll, saw the old town. Sort of, it's nice when we get a bit of time to like see some more of the cities that we go to.
Yeah. First time.
Good first impression.
Yeah,
good
really
vibes.
really
Good vibes.
Everyone's really nice. That's the thing. That's like, we just did like meet and greet with all the fans. With like we buy the pre-sale tickets, and like they were so sweet. Like that was. Like for me, it's really nice to like when somebody it's just polite, just very polite, and that was really really cool. We were really stoked about that. Being my other fan, my biggest fan. You're welcome. I personally can't say that I ever have, in all honesty. Obviously, I think we've all heard horror stories of it happening, and obviously it's like just abhorrent to even think about. But I personally have never witnessed it, or never been even like sort of like had anyone touch me inappropriately or anything like that. It's shocking to think about, let alone anywhere in any scenario. It's a horrible thing to deal with. Oh, I'd stop the fucking show.
Stop the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, it doesn't take a lot to sort of, when I'm on stage, it doesn't take a lot to sort of like upset me or piss me off. And that is obviously just, like I said, it's just ridiculous and just mind-bogglingly stupid behaviour. So we definitely would stop the show for sure.
Well, like in Dresden, you stop the show when someone was laughing through Letters to the Lost. It's not like,
It's not acceptable behaviour. It's an interesting one. I mean, I think recently we've seen high-profile artists speak up in the music industry, speak up about instances that have happened to them. I think that as far as my perception and my experience of anything like that, is very limited. I can only go on what you go on, which is what's in the newspaper and so on and so forth. There's a lot of, even aside from something like sexual assault, within the sort of media industry in general, there's a lot of discussion about pay gaps, and that in its sense can be sexist in some way, shape or form. As far as how is it represented differently between the film industry and the music industry, I'm not sure. I don't feel qualified enough to really say anything. I think it's obviously very very difficult for some people to talk about something that's happened to them, and And I think that there's probably, or can be, pressure put on an individual, and that is morally very wrong. And I certainly wouldn't stand for it if I saw it. And I don't think anyone else should stand for it, in all honesty. But I personally, through my experience, haven't been able to tell the difference between, the music, the difference between something like the music industry and the film industry, between them. So I sort of semi-answered your question there. I personally would like to see people take more leaps of faith with upcoming artists and not rely so heavily on manufactured either bands or pop acts. Don't get me wrong, I love pop, I think pop is great, but I would love to see the machine itself slow down a little bit and to let natural homegrown talent come through. I think that we're fed a lot of crap, in all honesty, into our ears, and that in the music industry itself is partly to blame for that. Yes, the consumer is also to blame for purchasing such utter nonsense, but if people are into it, people are into it. I'm not saying that that that's a bad thing if that's what you dig. That's totally cool by me, but I think that the industry itself should, or is actually making movements towards letting upcoming artists, and particularly rock and roll bands such as ourselves, come through and shine. Because you can be the best rock band in the world, and you can be the best band in the world, but if you haven't got the support of a label behind you, radio pluggers, people who go out for lunch with everybody who works at the radio, people who go out for lunch with people who make, who market your music, or people who are going to play you, people at MTV or whoever, you don't go anywhere, it doesn't happen. So I'd like to see a bit more faith.
We've just recorded our newest single, which is coming out in a few months, so we've just been getting the first mixes back, and it sounds really, really good.
Oh, so good.
So we're really pleased with how it's sounding. We're about to go into the studio after this tour to do our album, have it ready, so it's kind of like single comes out, album's recorded. Album should be out towards the end of the year.
Maybe
so that's what we're working towards, and then a year of touring and busy stuff next year, really. Festivals and more things.
Wembley, back home in England, would be pretty cool.
I would personally really like to play Download Festival, because that's one I used to go to when I was younger.
Yeah, I'm keen.
And I think our band kind of suits that festival as well.
Yeah, it's good. I've always wanted to play Reading Festival. I've always, all my friends used to go to Reading, and I was like, I'm not going to go to Reading. The first time I go is when I play it. I still haven't played it yet, so it's just to do that, really.
I think rock hammering would be a good thing for us.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I mean, I think that it would be mental, to headline rock hammering would just be like, oh, that's the dream, do you know what I mean? That's the band's goal, I think, is to have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people just going ballistic for us. And that's not because we're egomaniacs, it's just because we love to share. We love to share what we do. Do you have any funny tour stories? Roland fell off the stage in soundcheck today.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I went to put my foot on the monitors, put my foot on the monitor to check, and I literally just slid straight off the stage into the pit, fell on it arm first, guitar nearly broken. No, that was amazing in soundcheck today.
My favourite is you seeing the girl wash her hands in the...
Oh my god, this was insane. So this was back home. Fuck, this is mental. So this was back home, we were playing in Birmingham, and it was a small crowd. It was it was dedicated but small crowd, and we were just keen to play the show. It was the last show that we were playing before our headline show at the Electric Ballroom 2 days later. And everyone's getting, there seems to be a bit of a vibe going on, everyone's getting a bit hammered. I wasn't, the fans were. And like, that's cool, I'm down with that, like wicked. And I needed a wee, and there was no toilet in our dressing room, so I had to go out and use the ones that everyone else is using. So forgive me here, I'm standing at this urinal, having a wee, and at the corner of my eye, I see this girl like bolt out of the toilet, and I'm like, okay, cool, she must just really need a wee, and there must be a queue for the ladies or whatever. She then walks up to the urinal and washes her hands in the urinal. Literally, where Jimmy is, I'm weeing into this thing, and she's hammered, not a clue that she's what she's up to. Turned around, shut the door, walked out. Yeah. That was pretty awesome. That was mad, wasn't it?
Mind-blowing stuff.
Oh, I know. Dave Grohl playing the cowbell. That would be a fair shout.
To be fair, that position is open.
It is open, and that is an open invitation
Mr. Grohl,
to Dave Grohl.
if you're watching, cowbell. I'm not saying that.
pretty happy with the
We're
progress
pleased
we've
with how
done,
it's
yeah.
going. Yeah, we're having a very good time.
I'm not saying my life's been perfect, because by no means has my life been perfect, but I feel personally that everything that's ever happened to me, or that I've done to me, has made me the person that I am today. And like, it sounds really like wanky, but like, I like myself today. Like, I like me, and it's a hard place to get to. It was a hard place for me to get to. So like, yeah, I'm pretty jazzed as to where I am right now. I don't think I'd do anything differently.
Yeah, you learn from everything, the good and the bad. Like, you can't just have all the good. You'd be different as people.
I probably would have started holding this a little bit earlier, if anything. That's the one thing that I might have done. Go back to about 10 minutes ago and start holding this. Dead.
I'm in a completely different world when I'm on stage. I almost forget that I'm standing in front of like people playing music. Sometimes I just like shut my eyes and just playing.
Shut your eyes, just walk off the front of
Yeah.
the stage. Jimmy, how do you feel when
I
you're
feel fabulous pain. I'm having the best time, but
also the worst.
But a really hurty time. Yeah.
The best and the worst simultaneously.
Yeah.
Roland?
Yeah, good. I feel soaked. I just fucking drenched in sweat every time I walk off stage. It's like I've had a shower in my clothes.
Fuck, that's so grim.
Yeah, it's grim, but it's good shit. Like, you know, I get on stage and kind of lose myself in it, so it's cool as well.
I sort of take on this persona. Like, it's not a persona actually. I just sort of tap into, like, I tap into the sort of anger that dwells within me a little bit, and I become a bit of a monster. And I quite enjoy that. I quite enjoy being this monstrous. Because it's a very, like, the songs are very personal to me, very cathartic. It's like an exorcism almost every night. And it's a wonder that it still is in there. Yeah, I too share every single sentiment of pain, closing your eyes, and being drenched. Generally drenched in Roland.
Oh yeah, if you're nice and sweaty, you send it over.
Squeegee it off.
Yeah.
Gross.
That's how the bond strengthens.
That's not how it works.
Sweat.
That's how you and I break up.
Rihanna.
Ariana Grande.
Slipknot. Yeah, I'm keen for a bit of smashed it.
It's just weird.
Billy Talent, to be fair. After meeting them in the scene.
Yeah, I'd be keen to write with Ben actually.
Yeah, they were just amazing. It was really mental actually.
Maybe some grime artists, maybe Skepta.
Yeah, Skeppy.
Skepta would be cool.
The UK grind.
Maybe like Skepta or Foreign Beggars. I can see that happening. I can see that working. A little bit of punk mixed with like grime. I'm down with that. Hello, we're Counterfeit and we support Girls Against.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much.